Hi everyone, this is Mauricio Jaime from Colombia Realty.com. Today I'm gonna show you in this small video how to read a title certificate in Colombia. This is the certificate that is called Certificado de Tradición y Libertad. That is where you can find all the history of the property, and I'm going to give you also 5 tips to check when doing a title certificate. The idea is that you have, it's just to know how it's this document form, how it's structured, and from there you can see the basics, because the idea is that you can also be assisted by an attorney, and a specific attorney, in case that there is some kind of lien. That's what we do when having these all titles studies, and doing checking what is the background and if the property has any lien or some kind of things. So let's go, and I'm gonna show you with one document. In fact, this is uh, this is one of the for example, this is one example of a title certificate. Yeah, this is. Let me check if I can. Okay, that's fine. Well, basically, it is. Okay, let me check if it is working fine. Okay, this is one page, page number one, page number two, page number three. So this is the structure. Basically, there is you have to you need to have the number of the record of the property. That is the matricula number. So you have to. This is the number that identifies any all the properties in Colombia. So you need to have this number in order to get access to this title certificate. You can get it online. I will have a link where you can also find this title certificate. So basically, what you can find here is the date here, starting here. Let me see. This is the date that you can check your title certificate when is issued. Yeah. So, for example, this is from February of 2021. Basically, you need to at least you have to ask for that certificate not longer than 1 month. Yeah, because that's where at the time, well, is normally where you when anything could be changed. Yeah, if there is a recent change, it won't be appear until 10, 50 days that the public office of records will be uh, recording this change. So this is one of the first thing that you have to know. And then we can find the description. Yeah, every certificate has a small at the beginning. It has all the tradition from all basics that this property can have. For example, this title belongs to office space. So it was here you can find where is the address. Yeah, what is the area, and the coefficient of property, that is the part that or the share that you have for your for having your common expenses. So, for example, the HOA in the case of residentials, but for this example for offices, that we also have it. So then we have here also the date of the deed. Yeah, this is from 2012. Yeah, and this is a relative uh, new building. Yeah, I mean new is 10 years, but this was a building that was already built. So here you will have like all where he comes there, when the lot where he was built, and all the tradition of the first part of or where this property was built. Yeah, but you don't have to mind. I mean, this is in order to like a resume, like a brief of all the previous annotations. But what we're gonna find is in the second page. Yeah, you need to know that there is the page one, and then we're gonna turn over to page two, page number two. Yeah, and here we find the address of the property. Yeah, this is here. This is an urban property. This is the address of the property, and then this is the final page, page number four. And in this, from here we can find like small boxes. Yeah, you will find small boxes here that we call annotations. Yeah, and it has its own numbers: annotation number one, annotation number two, annotation number three. This is a new construction, so it only has three annotations. Yeah, and it says, for example, from here that this was built by a developer. This is the name of the developer, and then uh, they change this is okay. We can see here that there was like amendment from the deed. Yeah, we was changes, some changes, so that's the number two. But the owner specified that is still the developer. One thing important here is that how do you know that who is the owner of the actual owner of the property? Is the last person, sorry, the last person or the last annotations. Yeah, in this case, this and is you can identify it because it has an X just right behind the ID. So this is the number of I mean the X that shows that in this moment, and we have the date here. For example, 2013. It was they start they made the status of the HOA, so they registered. The owner was a developer because it's a company. You know that we in Colombia have uh, needs for companies and cédulas or CC for personal owners. Then here, as I mentioned you, there was an amendment. It says aclaración is something that has to be fixed in one of the address, but the owner was still this developer. And then in 2015, they made a transaction where the developer sold to a leasing company, in this case Bancolombia, who who was the one who is the actual owner. Yeah, you know that a leasing is a financial operation where a bank basically gives you a credit, but the property is from the bank, and you pay like a rent. And after a couple of, I mean, normally 10 up to 20 years, you can be the owner of the property if you pay all the value of the property in advance. So the bank, in this case, Leasing Bank Colombia, will transfer the property to you if you are the leaser, the one who is paying the leasing to this company. So this is, for example, one from a property that is basically new. Yeah. Let's check another one. Let me see. I have another one here. This is, for example, for an old, property. Yeah, you can see it here. Again, we see that we have the. Oh, sorry, it doesn't let me show, but let's do it with this. Let's check. Well, doesn't matter. We're gonna see it with the pointer. This was issued the 21 of January of 2022. Yeah, this is a recent. As you can see, this is a little bit fuzzy because it's an scan page. But well, you know that this is the number of registration of this property. This belongs to a type of property that is rural, that is a farm. Uh, and again, you see the first part is the description, and it says what are the boundaries and what is the size, uh, like all the brief of this property. Then you have the address of the property. This says it's a rural type of property, and there is no an actual address or physical address because in rural parts of the country, you only are guided by the name of the zone, or what we call the veredas. Veredas is rural parts also that are attached to municipalities. Yeah. So this is, for example, the Porvenir is maybe a vereda, and we start seeing that the first annotation here, yeah, the first box comes from 1951. Yeah. And let's see, we start seeing that we have the annotation number 1, annotation number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 25, 23, 25, 26, 27, and we go to the end of the document, but we see that the last annotation is the number 27. Yeah. And as I said before, we're gonna check who is the owner. Yeah, we see here that that we there is this is the last movement of this property was uh, it has like a problem. Yeah, I mean a process, a legal process. That's called a process. It was an embargo, so it was canceled because it was needed to be free of any issue, any legal process. So before doing any transaction, we asked to the owner to clear this lien. So this was the cancellation of this issue that was stated here before at 2018. Yeah. So in the 17th of August of 2021, it was canceled this lien from the person uh, who was setting the embargo to the owner. So it was clear here. Here there is no annotation of the owner, but here where you see that there is another annotation, the annotation 26, you can see that the actual owner is still being this guy with the same address and with the same ID, sorry, with the same cedula, and he is the actual owner of the property. So that's what it happened. Yeah. And this is the end of the document. You see that we have 6 pages because it has different annotations. So any of these things, these boxes or these annotations, you have to check that there is no limitations, because there is the part where you have registered. Yeah. So that's part of the job of the your I mean your realtor. Some realtors, unfortunately, not many realtors know about it. Sometimes you have to hire a lawyer to do a title study. We have our legal team. I know because I work many times and I know how to read. And I ask my tax sorry my legal advisor when there is something that requires to be clear and know if it is enough to have it registered here. And I'm gonna give you an example here. For example, uh, going back, you have to do. There is a tip. One of the tips, the second tip, is that you have to match that one close to the other. One annotation has to close the one that is having the lien. In this case, for example, if I say here, this was the last one, yeah. In 2018, there was the jury of well a legal process made a register an executive embargo to this property, yeah. And then in 2021 they cancel. He says was canceled annotation number 26. So this closed this lien, yeah. 27, 26. Let's see, for example, this one is another process that it has that this property had in 2018. So this it says it canceled the number 24, the previous one, yeah. Another this was another embargo from 2026, sorry, 2016, and in 2018 it was canceled, yeah. And here we have a transfer of property from this person here that transferred to the actual owner, yeah. So this was in 2007, and you know that the actual owner have the property of this. They have the possession, or yeah, the titularity of this property since 2008 7, sorry. I'm gonna show you something that was curious here, because we in this is an example of something that also could happen, because sometimes when you buy a land basically, or a property that has a lot of years in the market, yeah, you will see that you're gonna have annotations that are from many I mean 30 or even 40 years long, yeah. And we found in this particular case that, for example, it started here in 1968, yeah. A guy bought this property in 1966, and then he make a mortgage over this property in 1968, yeah. And then in 1973, yeah. And then in 1976, and then in 1981. In 1981 there was a transfer, but checking, there was no closing for these annotations, yeah. Remember when I saw when I show you here at the end that all these annotations were closed, sorry. 27 with 26, 27, 25 with 24. So that's in this case we realized that this annotation was not closed was not showing in any of these uh, annotations. There is no closing of those mortgage with another implication that this is a bank that was liquidated like 20 years now, Yeah. So this bank was initially bought by the government, and they was now were bought again for a private banking. So there is no way that you have to go to this bank, Banco Cafetero, to say, okay, I want to close this because maybe it was already uh, paid. Yeah, because we from there was different parts of transfers. Yeah, and the owners didn't care because normally this we're talking here about rural properties, no, that is a coffee farm for. Yeah, and normally uh, between partners they say, okay, then we don't have a problem. They like the power of the word, and then they say no. If you say that it's okay, there is no there. I'm okay with that, and sometimes they buy without having this. But in case of um, a foreigner or any other one, not speaking about foreigner, if I want to, a local wants to buy this property, the most recommended thing is that you have to I mean the owner have to close these liens. Yeah, so we found out that this was important to before knowing, because this property was bought for a foreign investor who are acquiring farms for coffee production. So it's important to know that this is going to be closed. Now you will have to find out which bank is now the one that have the files. And we went to that bank. We went to ask for this type of uh, of mortgage that was recorded. They have the files. They are I mean, banks and all the previous banks, even if they were uh, bought by the government, they are. I mean, for by law, they need to save these to keep these files over. I mean, over all the time they are functioning. Basically, at least 70 or 80 years at least, no. So we found that they give us all these. They have the records of that these mortgage were paid, and the property was fine with the bank. So they give us a certificate, and when we're gonna make the final transfer to the new owner, it's gonna show that those annotations will appear here. So that's something that you also wants to check. So not to be longer, but I think if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please give it in our comment box here. This is going to be at YouTube, so you can make any comment you need. But basically, here the idea is that you are aware how a property is recorded, what things you have to know. But at the end, it requires someone to have a legal assistance. Yeah, at least for you ask for your realtor. Not many realtors know how to work with this. You know that there are many informalities here with realtors, so you have to be aware that the property is clean. Uh, Also, most important for foreigners, as I've been witness for these 14 years, with all the people that I have assisted, all the foreign buyers that I have the opportunity to serve. I check that this is important because, particularly for a foreigner, yeah, you don't need to know what is going to happen. You need someone who can ask for all the things in order to be sure that you don't gonna have problems in the future. So that's important to know. So recapping, what we need to have first, the date of issuing. Yeah. Oh, sorry. First, the number of the registration of the property. This is important to have that this number is the match with the property you're buying. Yeah, because you are gonna see that this is when you find the address and on the information of the property, this is the right title certificate for this property. The second one, the issue of the certificate, at least 2 months, 2 months older, in order to be sure that there is not going to be any change. Yeah. The third thing, yeah, to check that the property has all the up here is all the things closed. Yeah, all the links are or annotation are close one to each other. Yeah, that is important because that make you be sure that there is no any other link when you're gonna buy. That's the fourth tip. And finally, to check that all these if in the case of older annotations, be sure that all the records have also in place, and it comes again with the fourth with the checking the tip number four, because at the end what you need to know is that even if there is an old lien, is a commitment or at least a part of the negotiation to have it clear. So that's what is my recommendation. uh, Basically, this is was my an initial video that I wanted to do, because I think it's important regarding that I haven't asked for this for other clients that I have, so I decided to make this video. Again, I hope this would be helpful for you, and give me your questions, give me your feedback in order to give you more information about it. So I'm gonna stop here. See you in a next video. Bye.